Big F! W-E-F-U-N-K. We funk.
I guess one that's out now, and I guess one of the bigger, one of the ones with most build-up and anticipation, at least here on the Jammin' world, as it's not necessarily a music documentary, but from the Jammin' world anyway. But the Netflix Have a Good Trip psychedelic journey documentary brought to us by Nick Offerman, and basically just a whole slew of celebrities, some A-list going all the way down the line, but a whole various...
Now,
what's up?
was it actually brought? Like, did Nick Offerman have anything to do with it, or was he just playing the scientist in the movie?
I think it was. I thought it was like Nick Offerman.
I'm not sure. I'm asking you. I didn't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure Nick Offerman. I'm pretty sure Nick Offerman was like the mind behind that. In addition to playing like the doctors, there were a bunch of other like actors playing the characters. Was it Joel McHale was fucking hilarious? Is like the 80s,
the two guys from Workaholics, weren't they? Like, wasn't he playing like a young Anthony Bourdain?
Yes,
which was,
yes.
like, fucking hilarious, dude.
Dude, have those kids not fucking aged or changed their gimmick at all in the last like 10 years? By the way,
no.
They're fucking like the Stranger Things kids. What like anti-hormone drugs are these idiots on to keep their like early juvenile charm?
Funny about that was like I just never knew how many psychedelics Sting did.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like
I never would have thought of him as
he's
like a psychedelic wizard. Yeah, you're right.
But he's like such like a like music my parents and parents' friends would listen to.
Yeah, for sure.
He's not like a Grateful like Sting's not like Grateful Dead.
No,
or,
it's
like,
not like a psychedelic guy.
Where it's like I've never talked to you like what are you doing this weekend? And be like, oh dude, I got some sick fucking tickets to go see Sting.
Sting
you know
cover
like,
band, bro. It's gonna be awesome.
So just to think of him being like this total fucking like hallucinogen fucking maniac was like really interesting.
And Sting was actually one of the guys that I believed the most, actually, because some of them I was a little lukewarm on, including Anthony Bourdain, actually, who. And again, this thing is brand new. It just came out. It featured Anthony Bourdain, Carrie Fisher, and Fred Willard. It's just like, when exactly was this thing made? Didn't Anthony Bourdain and Carrie Fisher both die like fucking 2 years ago? Like, Jesus Christ, how long did it take to fucking make this thing? Fred Willard, I understand, but like... But
I forget what it was, but Sarah Silverman says something in it which is like so spot on. If you've ever taken hallucinogens, I forget what it was. I think it was like when it was wrapping up, and she was just like, I forget exactly what she said, but I was like, that's so fucking spot on. It's
You're
insane.
right, dude. I might have had it written down somewhere. Like some of the people definitely said things that definitely hammered home and were like very spot on. Other people said things that seemed that like Aesop Rocky was totally full of shit. 100%.
Sure, dude. And there was rainbows shooting out of my dick. It's like, no, there wasn't, dude.
And like you could just see the liar mind frame he was in because he's wrapped in it for no reason at all. Just because this is like a psychedelic thing and like this is his perception of psychedelics. He's wrapped in a scarf in front of a teepee and is going like, oh, and then I was tasting colors and saying like the most hack cliche shit.
How much was he like Cypress Hill Chris?
Yes, exactly. But and then as well, Anthony Bourdain was a little suspect. Just like, oh, at least over 500 times I tripped, and then
not even Anthony Bourdain's like how many times he's done it was so suspect, but it was like his whole story was straight out of. And he even pointed out he was like, we were trying to be like Fear and Loathing, and then I was like, yeah, but come on, dude, like. You didn't, dude.
An acid, yeah, like a story that starts off about with you guys driving down the road, like so we're tripping balls, driving down the highway. Right off the bat, I'm a little bit fucking skeptical about this story. Then we pick up two hitchhikers that happen to be exotic dancers. I was like, Anthony Bourdain. Next thing you know,
that's where it gets a little
yeah.
But
so he was just a little bit fuzzy, you know what I mean. But other people, all in all, though, in honor of having my man Devin on, I'm gonna give it a Netflix and chat style. I'm giving it a Netflix and chat style. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well, I definitely enjoyed it. You know, it was real fun, somewhat informative. They kind of mixed, you know, some scientific facts and some, you know what I mean, tangible knowledge on the subject of psychedelia with just funny stories, a good application of animation at times where they would tell
For
stories.
sure. I will say for my aspect of it, dude, I'll give it you one of those. I'm going to give it steal from you and do a Men on Films hated it. Hated it. Not because I even hated it, only because just like, again, kind of like you were saying, some of the stories were obvious lies.
And it
some
was
of it was
pretty,
just making
yeah.
it cool. If it would have been just a like bunch of celebrities just honestly talking about the times they ate acid, then fucking like dope. It would have been like a great.
I was
funny
expecting
thing to
in presentation.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but like you said, like
I honestly, I'm giving it a huge benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like, if I was being as tough, I'm in the Jammin world now, a little bit more relaxed. If I was being my Netflix and chat tough grader, it probably would have gotten a Caddy hated it as well, to be honest. But in presentation...
I'm the Grateful Dead shirt and army boots. I'm obviously an undercover.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the 6'4" muscular guy at the fish. But
you guys want to get weed?
In presentation, I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit more like the Aristocrats, with just like straight up, just like hilarious stories and whatnot.
For sure.
And I did kind of like the presentation because, like I said, the whole Joe McHale, like that was Joe McHale, right? Yeah. The whole Joe McHale, like 80s PSA style, you know what I mean?
No, I'm sorry. That was Adam Scott.
Adam Scott, yes, exactly. I knew it wasn't Joe McHale. But Adam Scott was hilarious in that, you know, like, so I liked how they broke it up with, you know, like some actual funny, you know, production in there as well. And so it was cool, but nothing, and I feel like if it, with, you know, how popular the subject matter is, and like, I feel like it could have been a home run and like the must-see kind of, but I think even like you kind of brought up, but like when the biggest headliner is the cool shit that Sting did, it's gonna fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? Like out of all the people, also you one of the else I felt was the most genuine and believable was Ben Stiller's story of like terror and trepidation, and like it's like, dude, I was not ready for it. It was terrible. Like I don't know what you're thinking, but. I
resonate so hard with that just because if I want to tell my own personal tale, it was the second time I ever tripped, because like the first time I ever did it, it was like fucking like everything, all the cool things anyone ever told me. I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like I made buddies with like a kid who I didn't like in high school. Like him and I just kind of like, I remember going up to him and being like, dude, if you're feeling anything like I'm feeling, like we don't have any beef. And he was just like, of course not, man. And I was just like, wow, everything about it's awesome. The second time I even acted, like literally every bad thing happened. It was just like, oh, dude, like I fucking hate this.
It's like when your mom showed up to the party and like drank you out.
I think it might have been one of my mom times, but it was like the complete opposite effect. And like ever since then, I've been more of the Ben Stiller.
And honestly, dude, I think it was Jim James from My Morning Jacket that said it, that like you're already behind the 8 ball when something like that happens and you have any negativity, because bad trips are all about, it all happens before you take any of the psychedelics, like the negativity, you know. But a lot of the shit really hit home. I think it was Carrie Fisher who said that it's not that like you don't see things that aren't there, you see things that are there, just doing unusual things or whatnot. But there was like a lot of the singular things that were said that were just like, yes, that's pretty on point. And then there was other like very stereotypical hack cliched kind of things that are like,
I mean,
the Nick Kroll story was pretty hilarious though as well.
Yeah, the Kroll was great.
I could definitely imagine that happening, like getting kelp put all over you and being like, yes, like bring it on. The
only reason I so openly talk about this is because my mom doesn't listen to the Big LW Jam World podcast yet.
Neither does mine, actually.
She's
more of a geeked up fan. So.
Yeah, exactly.
We're safe. This is a safe grounds, but
Big F! WEFUNK. We funk.